drama is going to derail their Super Bowl hopes?
I don't believe it's going to derail their Super Bowl hopes. I think the Detroit Lions are going to derail their Super Bowl hopes because I think the Detroit Lions will have home field advantage. If the Eagles end up having home field advantage and the road to the Super Bowl has to come through Philadelphia, then we can have a different discussion because I think that elevates Philadelphia's chances. But the bottom line is that I think that when we're looking at the Philadelphia Eagles right now, I don't think it's about, what's going on in their locker room. I'm not saying it's a good thing by any stretch of the imagination, as Jeff so, adroitly articulated yesterday. There's no question that you can't have these kind of problems, but we also have to look at things in a very, very fair manner and understand that some of these elements that's troubling when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles could end up working to their benefit. Jalen Hurts has not thrown for more than 236 yards in a game since October 13th. This is a $250 million quarterback. Over the last 5 or 6 weeks or so, I think he's he's been successful on 2 passes for over 20 yards, okay? He's been a shell of himself. He's been holding on to the ball entirely too long. He's taking sacks. He's losing net yardages on a significant basis because of that, as he did the other day when he just threw for 108 yards and ended up with about 83 net yards because of five different sacks. You take those things into consideration in looking at the Philadelphia Eagles. You're A.J. Brown, who is a stud, who shows up, all right? He doesn't show up to talk to the media. He did last year. He didn't last year. Ran from the media and had to apologize to his teammates because of his unavailability, because when you're unavailable, they have to make up for it by talking to the media when you should have been there to do so. So that was problematic. But on the football field, this brother shows up and he's ready to go. He's downfield open. Devontae Smith in the past has been downfield open. God has been open. Saquon Barkley has been open. And Jalen Hurts hasn't found them with the regularity that you're accustomed to seeing him. So pointing that out might not be the wisest thing to do in the public, but bringing a voice to the issues and making sure they understand just giving the ball to Saquon Barkley and relying on him to save the day ain't going to get you an NFC championship with a quality team like Detroit, with a threat like Green Bay and others waiting for you. So I don't think this is going to derail them. I think that it's going to get their ears up, get their eyebrows raised, and they're going to get perked up, and they're going to recognize the urgency of the moment.
What is the Eagles' record? Well, they 11-2. Okay.
Nine straight.
And they won last week, right? They did beat Carolina.
9 straight.
And he threw his helmet off after a 3-and-out because he only had 4 catches for 43 yards.
Yeah.
I'm tired of A.J. Brown. When you win the game, I can't. I get the impression he'd rather have 12 catches and lose than 4 catches and win.
You think he's a diva wide receiver?
Do I diva? Yes, that's the definition of it. I don't like Devontae Smith. He doesn't seem to be too pleased about this either. Geez, Barkley's got 1,600 yards rushing. He's had a tremendous year. 2 weeks ago against the Rams, they looked like world beaters. You and Stevie think they could get to a Super Bowl. And I got A.J. Brown moaning and gloating on a Sunday afternoon when they beat Carolina when you're 11 up and 2 down and a chance to get home field advantage. Enough already. Please, you won the game. He's going to be there in a big game. He's going to get plenty of ball. He's a great receiver. Relax, And then I've got Brendan Graham saying they don't like each other on his podcast before he takes that back. And I don't trust Sirianni to fix it. So from that standpoint, I don't trust him. From that standpoint, I do think there's something going on. Now, the one thing, Campbell, again last week, we didn't get a chance. That was ridiculous. Yep. In both situations in the second half, not kicking field, going for it, especially in a third down, third quarter.
That's his M.O.
Well, not in the third quarter at the 31-yard line. That's not the time.
Is that you talking? Is that you talking, or is that the gambler doggy talking?
Yeah.